Hello, friends. Today we will discuss a very interesting chart, and this chart we will analyze on the view of career, on the view of profession. Okay, so this chart, the birth of the native is in the year 1991. So almost 31 or 32 years he is running. So definitely this native need to engage in some place. But the thing is that the native is not engaged till date. So we will analyze the chart on career perspective. Okay. So first, this native lagna is Virgo lagna. This native lagna is Virgo lagna. Okay. And lagna lord Mercury is in 11th house with Jupiter. Okay. And you can find that Saturn is in the fifth lord, is in the fifth house. Saturn is in the fifth house. But remember, if Saturn is in the fifth house, it is called as Du Mantra Yoga. Okay. Next thing is that you will find the Atma Karak for this native is Sun, 27 degree Gemini. So Atma Karak is in the sign of Gemini, 10th house, Digbali Atma Karak, along with Ketu. Again, Ketu is also a Agni planet and it is getting Digvali in the 10th house. So these are two Digvali planets present in the 10th house. Okay. So the next thing we must say, the placement of 10th lord, like this case, the Lagna lord and 10th lord Mercury. Okay. So the Mercury is placed in the 11th house and it is conjoined with Badhaka Jupiter or for Gemini and Virgo ascendant, the Badhaka is 7th house. So this Mercury is conjoining with a Badhaka planet. Jupiter is exalted. Saturn is in own house. These are very good, but this is a Badhaka planet for this Lagna. Okay, let us just going to the Dasama answer. Okay, in D10 chart you will find Lagna is Aquarius. Remember, I am just doing this without correcting the birth time, and I am assuming all the birth time is almost correct. Okay, so the Lagna is Aquarius ascendant. Okay, and Lagna Lord Saturn is in the 11th house, and another Lagna Lord is in the 7th house, along with Moon. Okay, D1 10th Lord is in the 9th house, along with Venus and Jupiter. Okay, so these are the combination that is present in the chart, and the Atma Karak for this planet, for this native is Sun. It is a very important thing. Okay, so how we can see whether the native is going to do a service or a business? We need to decide now whether it is going to service or business. For that, you always check the sixth house and seventh house in the D10 chart. You always check the sixth and seventh house in the D10 chart, because this will give you a hint whether the native will going to do business or service. Okay, so for that you will see this is the sixth house of the D10 and this is the seventh house. The first principle is that you need to count the number of planets present over there. In sixth house, we will find there is no planet. In sixth house, there is no planet. And in seventh house, we can say that there are two planets. So the first thing is that sixth house is for service and seventh house is for business. Okay. The second seventh house is for business. So as two planets are present in the seventh house and no planet is present in the sixth house. So the first indication is that the native may go for a business in future. Okay, this is the first basic. Count the number of planets present in sixth house as well as seventh house. Okay, so the number of planets will give you a hint. Like, okay, in this case, there are no planets in sixth house and two planets are seventh house. So it is giving a direct indication that the native has a inclination toward doing business in future. Okay. The next thing is that in D10 the Lagna is Aquarius, which has two Lagna lord. First is Rahu. Another Lagna is Saturn. Okay. So in between Rahu and Saturn, you will find Rahu is in a strong because it is with a planet. Saturn is yellow. Okay, so Rahu is in a strong and it is again Digbali. Okay, so as the Lagna Lord it is placed in the seventh house, it is the by the choice of the native. The native will going to do a business. It is giving a second indication that the native is going to do a business. This is the second thing. First is no planets in sixth house, and you will find two planets in seventh house. That is the first indication. Second indication in D10, Lagna Lord is in the seventh house, Digbali. So by the choice of the native will going to do the business. For an example, if the native has two planets in sixth house and as well as two planets in seventh house. Okay, so in that case, you will find that Lagna Lord is in the seventh house or linked with seventh house, then the native will going to do the business. Or if the Lagna Lord is linked with sixth house, then the native will going to do the service. So in that case, Lagna Lord will decide what the native really wants to do. So this is the principle you need to remember. First, count the number of planets in sixth house. Sixth house is all about service. Seventh house is all about partnership. Okay, so the number of planets in the sixth house and seventh house will give you an indication what kind of profession the native is going to do. Okay, the second thing is that as Lagna Lord is involved in this case, as Lagna Lord is going to the seventh house, that means it is by his own choice he will going to do the business. Third thing, check the 10th lord of D1 chart. In Rashi chart, you find check the 10th lord, and 10th lord is Mercury, and Mercury is placed in the ninth house. Ninth house is a very independent kind of thing. You have to do something independently. Okay, so it is again giving a clue that the native is going to do some kind of business. You remember Lagna Lord, 10th lord, or any kind of association with ninth house that shows a thing that the native will do something independently. He will not follow the bus. That means he need to be own boss. So that may give an indication that the native may do some kind of business. Okay, so why there is a delay in either getting a profession or doing the business? Because in D10 you will find this is along the Rahu Ketu axis. In D10 the Lagna is along Rahu Ketu axis. Okay, so there is a delay in the start of the profession or career of the native. Along with that, you will find the 10th lord of D10 is in the 8th house. Mars, the 10th lord, is in the 8th house. Again, Ketu is in the Lagna. So this shows the native may have what we can say some kind of wrong perception by which he is not able to go into the career direction. So there is a what we can say there is a ambiguity, there is a difference in opinion, there is a question for which the native is not able to get a clear indication what the native is going to do. But we need to time when the native exactly can have the career or start the career. For that, we need to check the dasa. If we see the dasa, the native, if we see the dasa, the native is running. If we check the dasa, and this is simply, I am not using any conditional dasa, I am just using the Vimashotri dasa. If we check the dasa, you will find the native is running sun dasa. Okay, so if we check the chart, you will find sun is its Atma Karak. If we check the chart, sun is the Atma Karak for this native. So that this dasa is very difficult for the native. And the Atmakar dasa is always difficult for the native. Okay, and the native need to be more spiritual during this period. Okay, so the native need to be more spiritual during this period. If we check the Atmakarak position in D9, again it is in the 10th house. In D9, Atmakarak is in the 10th house. Okay, and the 12th from that Atmakarak is having Mars with Ketu. Okay, Mars is with Ketu. So the native need to worship Lord Ganesha or Lord Narsimha Bhagavan. Either the native is to worship Lord Ganesha or Lord Narsimha Bhagavan with 12 Saival mantra. As Mars is in the 12th house of D1, we may use the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Narsimhaya. Okay, so he can use this mantra, and the Dharma Devata for the native is Jupiter. So he need to take the name of Lord Trivikrama. The native need to take the name of Lord Trivikrama to get the blessing of the Dharma Devata. Okay, and by doing this the period of sun which will run, the sun period which is running, it will be somehow be better. Okay, the next period in the line is moon, and you can see that the next period after sun is the moon dasa. Okay, in moon dasa you will find moon in D10. In D10 you will find that moon is in the 7th house. In D10 moon is in the 7th house. So we can say that on the commencement of moon dasa, the native may take a decision to do some kind of business, and the moon dasa is starting in April 2023. So we can say that after April 2023, the native may take a decision to start a business. Okay, and one more thing is that the native need to worship Ma Lakshmi to get the blessing, so that he will Ma Lakshmi to get the blessing, so that he will be in the right career path. The native need to do this. So we can say that the native need to do three things. First is to worship Lord Narsimha Bhagavan or Lord Ganesha, or second thing is take the name of Lord Trivikrama and worship Mahalakshmi to actually get a clarity in the career path. The problem is in the clarity. He is not able to see the things. Okay, and remember, if we want to check whether the moon dasa will be fruitful or not, for that we can do another thing. Just simply go to the D60. We can go to the D60 and see who is the moon deity is Yaksha Amsa. So we can say that this Yaksha Amsa, the native, this is not a bad Amsa. So we can say that the native may, this moon dasa may be very fruitful. And again, specifically, if we are talking about the moon dasa, to check the dasa, moon dasa, what I feel, Rahu may be the period when actually the native may start something very prominent in his career, because in the business, because this Moon and Rahu both are in the 7th house of D9, and here Rahu is in Digbali position, and Moon also somehow going to help this. Okay, and Mars is in the 10th house, Saturn is in the 11th house. Okay, so what I feel in Moon Dasa and Rahu Antar Dasa, the native do something very significant regarding his career, okay. And if we want to suggest the Jyotirling mantra, then we can do the second house Jyotirling mantra. I mean to say Namah Shivaya, Namah Shomanathaya, for this native to get more opportunities in his career. We need to activate this fifth house for career opportunities. So the native may do Namah Shivaya, Namah Shomanathaya to get more and more opportunities in career. So this is the way, this is the simplistic way by which we can able to check whether the native will do a business or a profession or a career. Okay, so for that we need to check the sixth house, and we need to check the sixth house, seventh house in D10. After that, we need to check whether what is the placement of Lagna Lord of D10, what is the placement of 10th Lord of D1. Okay, and along with that, we need to check the Dasa, which Dasa are supporting. If Dasa of Atma Karak is running, then we need to worship the Ishta Devata to get the blessing of Atma Karak. So, friend, this is the overall way by which we can able to pinpoint when the career will exactly start, and why, if there is a delay, then what is the reason for behind that. So friend, this is the way you need to analyze the career of a native. Hope you like this video. To like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.